Okay, so before I walk you through how this whole app works, this AI soap note tool works, I just wanted to quickly go over the reason why I created this tool to begin with. For starters, I got tired of spending 3 to 5 minutes on each soap note. That compounds over time, and if you do a calculation, you're probably spending around 2 to 3 hours per week just on soap notes alone, if you're trying to write a quality note that takes you around 3 to 5 minutes. And of course, I got tired of using that little checkbox that's off to the left of my EMR that carries over my previous soap note. I got tired of that. And so having an AI tool that creates a fresh note every single time for me, and it creates it within seconds, is sweet, because all I have to spend is another couple additional seconds, maybe even a minute if I really want to add more substance to it, or to just make sure I'm correcting any type of, perhaps any hallucinations that come in. And if I'm being perfectly honest, over the past several months, I actually haven't seen any hallucinations with the AI, so it's really working out well. The other reason why I created this tool is because I got tired of having to go back to my previous soap notes to look at my students' progress. Especially because when I create those progress reports or progress notes, it's helpful for me to think back at what I did in previous sessions and the progress that we have had. The AI does it for me. It goes through all the different soap notes that I had in the previous months and analyzes it for me, and then creates a very nice report for us, or for me. And it's a really, really sweet tool. It's all HIPAA compliant. It's very secure. All personal health information is locked down. And it's honestly a sweet tool. So here's the demo of how it works. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. All right, so we're here on the home page, and we're gonna look at the AI soap notes. And basically what you wanna do is, right when you're about to begin your session, hit this record button. And then thereafter, everything that you're gonna say is going to be transcribed. Now, the tool knows that most of its input is going to be coming from you. So don't feel like you have to get your clients or your students' input and it has to show up on this live transcription. Just know that as you're talking, that's really what matters, is you. Second thing is that this is also sensitive to documenting group sessions. So if you have a group session and you're saying student A, student B, student C, John, Jill, and Billy, and you're consistently able to address them and talk about what they're doing, then it's going to be able to notate that, and you'll see at the very end with your soap note, those different or those individual students or individual clients are going to be written about. And I'll show you that a little bit later. But yes, I mean, basically getting right down to it, let me show you how this works and just give you like a very brief overview of what a session could sound like.
Hey little Billy, how's it going? So good to see you today, buddy. Now, let's work on your medial S sound, and let's think about how we're going to keep our tongue behind our teeth. Okay, we don't want your tongue going in between your teeth, right?
And right here, this is where I want to point something out, okay? And this happens a lot, and it's okay because the AI is really smart. You'll see right here it says medial sound. And it's okay because the AI, again, like I already just told you, understands that those types of errors pop up, and it's able to decode and understand, oh, you mean S sound, not that word right there. So let's continue.
Okay, Billy, I got this list of words here for us, and we're gonna be playing hopscotch as we're doing this. You ready? Okay.
Now we're carrying out through our entire session, right? All of you guys are gonna have your different intros or however, whatever, whatnot you wanna say. But the biggest thing that I would recommend is you at least say your client's name or the group name, whoever and everyone who's in it at the beginning. Just greeting them. We're saying, all right, Johnny, Susie, Alex, we're all gonna be working on your R sound, or Alex and Susie, we're working on your R's. Johnny, remember we're working on your plural S. Whatever it is, just make sure that you're trying to say their name at the beginning. And if you forget, the AI is still smart enough to pick up on those names later on down the road. Just make sure that you're saying them. The last thing that I want to point out is the more detail that you're talking about out loud with your student as far as how well they're doing, the better it is for your soap note. So it's not only just helping your student, but it's also helping out your documentation and what's going to be included. The AI is really good at picking up the important information that you're putting down and being able to put it down in that SOAP note for you. Again, just the biggest thing is that we don't have to take time aside after the session to do it, or after the session to record. This literally is happening during our session, so it's great. Let me wrap up this session and just quickly talk about how little Billy did, and then you'll see the SOAP note generate in a couple seconds.
All right, little Billy, it was so much fun playing hopscotch today. Yes, now, today, your tongue came out a lot. Last time, it came out 60% of the time, and today, it came out 65% of the time. So, buddy, make sure that you watch your tongue and it doesn't peek through. You close your teeth, okay? All right, I'm going to send home with you a little worksheet so that you and your mom can work at that at the house, okay? And you guys can play some fun games together. Sounds good? All right, little Billy, I'll see you later.
Now I'm going to click Generate SOAP Note. And some of you might be like, you talk about percentages with your students? And yes, actually I do. One of the greatest things that I've seen as a biggest unlock for my students is that most of them are very motivated by that. Most of them are like, how did I do the last time? Because they forgot. And you'll have it basically here. And you can be like, oh, you did this, or you did this well last time, or you did very well last time, don't you remember? And about 70% of my students actually remember the numbers that I gave them from the session before. So I would highly recommend incorporating those numbers, those percentages with your students. Now, here's how I do it. I usually use this accuracy tracker right here, and I'm able to, again, figure out how well they're doing and keep track of it. So right here, wrong there, right here, wrong there. And if you have multiple goals, or you have multiple students that you want to be able to keep track of, you could change the title right here, and then bada bing, bada boom, just move along. The last thing is the bar charts right down here. If you want a visual, you have a visual, and you'll always be able to have that to show to your students. Anyways, getting to the SOAP note, you'll see that little Billy was engaged, participated willingly throughout the session, yada, yada, yada. You'll see the percentage reference right here. And then you'll also see here in the assessment that there were consistent errors, suggest difficulty with maintaining awareness of tongue positioning, which is true. Raising his awareness around that would be very beneficial and would be something that we definitely need to do. And then of course you have the plan. Right down here is the materials prompt. I'm not going to touch this quite now or quite yet, but what I want you to know is that this will then basically create a homework assignment for you. You click on that, it leads you to our ChatGPT type tool, and then you print it, and then boom, you have something to send home, or you could just email it. One other thing that I want to point out here on this page is the Analyze SOAP note. So I'm going to go over here to a group, VI, MI. These names are de-identified, but when you use this tool, your names will not be de-identified. But basically, if you have a group session, like I told you before, you'll be able to pick off all of the different components in the SOAP note that reference MI or VI, and it's color coordinated. Now, if I take off VI right here, you'll see all the blue parts that reference MI. If I take off MI right here, you'll just see the entire SOAP note itself. Now, when you see me highlight both of them, you'll notice, hey, there's significantly less information in the SOAP note, and it seems a little bit disjointed. And you're right. Again, this highlights the portions that references both of them in this area. If you really want to see the full SOAP note, you could easily just click off both names like that, or you could just hit this edit button, and then bada bing, bada boom, you see the whole thing. Last thing here is that if you have a student that has an irregular name and this live transcription doesn't pick up on it, what you can do, and suppose the AI just gives the student a different name, you could just find and replace the name. Let's just say, let's find MI, and then let's replace it with MO. And then now all those different areas where you saw MI, you have MO, MO, MO. But what I'm going to do is change it back to MI. Oh, find MO. Sorry guys, find MO, replace them with MI, and then there we go. So the greatest thing about this tool is not only that your SOAP notes are done for you automatically, but that you get to analyze all your SOAP notes. So I'm going to go through a date range, and I'm going to find that date range by clicking this button right here, the side columns, and looking at these dates. So I'm going to go from May 5th to June 9th. May 5th to June 9th, and then generate an analysis. And what this is going to do is provide you a progress report, basically, on how well your student has done within this time frame. And the AI right now is just analyzing all the different SOAP notes. It's creating some bar charts or some line charts. And then also, in some cases, it's going to create a pie chart to show the level of engagement that your student has shown over the course of this time frame. Really, really helpful tool, as you saw right there. I don't know how long it took, but you'll see a timer somewhere around my head that showed you how long it took for this thing to be populated. And then this is what you see right here. All this different information regarding this student and different things. And that's basically it for the SOAP note tool. The last thing that one more thing I wanted to let you know about is just if you wanted to create a new SOAP note, you just click this new button right here. Okay. If you have a student that you've seen in the past and you want to pull them up, well, it's going to pop up right here. And as you saw earlier, we created one for little Billy. So let's just change this over to say Billy. Voila. This tool in particular, the SOAP note tool, is actually worth $90 a month, according to Freed. Freed is another company, software company that does the same thing, and they mainly cater towards physicians and psychologists and other clinicians and even us, but it's not specific for SLPs. And the reason why I'm bringing up this price range is because I want you guys to see the value that you're really getting. And if you're planning on using AI in your practice, I highly suggest to use this. If you don't even write SOAP notes for your school setting, it's great for just data collection. But yes, I mean, hop in at this rate that you have it right now, especially if you're planning on using AI. And if you have any questions, by all means, hit me up.